we'll be discussing algebraic identities, which is a part of polynomials class 9th. Let us discuss the first identity, which is a plus b whole square, right? Now you see here we have a square. Its sides are a plus b and a plus b, right? That means area of this square that is equals to a plus b whole square. Why? Because area of square is side multiplied by side. So this is a plus b and this is a plus b, right? So area is a plus b whole square, right? Now, if I further see what all this a plus b whole square has. So distance from this point to this point, that is a. Similarly, distance from this point to this point, that is also a, right? That means area of this square which we have, that is a square. Now, this is b and this is b. Why? Because this was b, so this is also b. Now, this is b centimeter, so this is also b centimeter. So area is b multiplied by b, b square. Right? That means what all this a plus b whole square has? A square plus this b square. Two squares it has plus two rectangles. Which rectangle? First rectangle is this, second rectangle is this. So this is AB and this is also A multiplied by B. What is area of this rectangle? A multiplied by B. So plus AB, that means 2 times AB. So this is our first identity, which is a plus b whole square, that is equals to a square plus b square plus 2ab. Or you can say x plus y whole square, that is equals to x square plus 2xy plus y square. Let us do one question based upon it. So question is 2x plus 3 multiplied by 2x plus 3, that is equals to 2x plus 3 whole square. Right? So it resembles with this a plus b whole square. And what is a plus b whole square? That is equals to a square plus b square plus 2 multiplied by first a, then secondly into b. Right? So this is 2x plus 3 whole square. Right? What is the value of a over here? 2x. What is the value of b over here? That is 3. Right? So 2x plus 3 whole square, that is equals to, firstly first term square, a square. That means this 2x whole square. Then second term, b square. So that is 3 square. Then 2 multiplied by first term, which is 2x, multiplied by second term, which is 3, is equals to. Okay. So now one very big mistake the students make is while finding this. So what answer do they write? They write directly 2x square, which is completely wrong. Now why it is wrong? So what is written here? 2x whole square. So 2x whole square means 2x multiplied by 2x. So that is equals to 2 into 2 is 4 and x multiplied by x is x square. Right? So answer is 4x square, not 2x square. You have to be really careful of this. So here what will come? 4x square plus 3 square. 3 into 3, 9. Correct. Plus. So 2 into 2 is 4. 4 3s are 12. So plus 12x. That is your answer. Okay. Now next. Next is factorize 9x square plus 6xy plus y square. Okay. So now how many terms are there? Whenever they will ask you this question of factorize, then you have to check number of terms. How many terms are here? Here there are 3 terms. Right? Now because here there are 3 terms, so what identity you can use? There are two things which can be used. First of all, check the signs. All signs are positive. So you can use a plus b whole square. Right? If you're able to factorize using this, then very good. If you're not able, then use splitting of middle term. This also we have already done in our class 8. Okay. Now, first let us try it using the identity which we have just done, which is a plus b whole square. So what is a plus b whole square? A plus b whole square, that is equals to a square plus b square plus 2ab. Okay. So now we'll try to make this in this form, right? So 9x square plus 6xy plus y square. Now 9x square, 9 is 3 square and x whole square. So first term a square we have achieved. Plus y square means b square also we have achieved. And in center what do we want? 2ab. Let us check. So plus 2 multiplied by we want 3x multiplied by y. So that means 2 into 3 is 6. xy. Yes, we have this. That means we have converted this expression in this form. Now this is equals to what? A plus b whole square. So this is equals to 3x plus y whole square. Okay, next. So next identity we have x plus y plus z whole square, that is equals to this. Now, what is the way of remembering this identity? Way of remembering this identity is very easy. If you remember this identity, a plus b whole square, that is equals to a square plus b square plus 2ab. This is same. It has how many terms in this? How many variables? 3 variables. So you write it like this. X plus y plus z whole square is equals to, firstly, as we used to do here, first term square, then second term square, then third term square, plus 2 multiplied by first term into second term, plus 2 multiplied by second term into third term, plus 2 multiplied by third term into first term. Similar. These two identities are almost similar. Right? It is just that it has how many terms? It has 3 terms. And here we have only 2 terms. So a plus b whole square, if you remember this, then remembering this is very easy. That is equals to x square plus, then second term ka square, then third term ka square, then 2 first term multiplied by second term, then 2 second term multiplied by third term, then 2 third term multiplied by first term. Okay, let us do one question based upon this. 3a plus 4b plus 5c whole square. How to do this? Now, using the same identity. Which identity? First term, second term, third term whole square is equals to first term ka square, then second term square, then third term square, plus 2 multiplied by first term into second term, plus 2 multiplied by second term into third term, plus 2 multiplied by third term into first term. Right? So that is equals to, firstly, first term square, that means 3a whole square. Then second term square, that means 4b whole square. Then third term square, that means 5c whole square, plus 2ab. So a is first term, b is second term, plus 2bc. So 2 into b means second term, 4b. Multiply by third term is 5c, plus 2ca. C means third term. Then a means first term. That's it. Right? That is equals to, now again, I am saying it again and again. This 3a whole square means 3a multiplied by 3a. 3 into 3 is 9. A into a is a square. Do not write it 3a square directly. Solve it completely. So that becomes 9a square plus 4b whole square. 4 4s are 16. B square plus 5c whole square. So that is 25c square plus 2 3s are 6. 6 4s are 24. So 24ab plus 2 4s are 8. 8 5s are 40. So 40b into c plus 2 5s are 10. 10 3s are 30. So 30c into a. Okay. One more thing you need to note here. Whether you write 30ca or you write 30ac, it is same thing. Whether you write 40bc or you write 40cb, it is same thing. Right? Variables, they can be interchanged. Fine. Now next question is 2x minus y plus z whole square. Now you will think we have not heard of such identity, but we have done such identity. Which identity? The identity which we have done just now. See how many terms are here? 3 terms. There is only one identity which you can use to do square of 3 terms, which is a plus b plus c whole square. Now, but we have minus sign here. You will say, ma'am, we have minus sign here. We have not done any identity with minus sign. We have done it. How? We will change it in this form. How will we do that? So we'll write 2x as it is because it has positive sign. Now here we have negative sign. But we will change it. How? We will write plus over here, then minus y. Like this. Why? Because plus minus is what? Minus. Then plus z as it is whole. Now if I compare it with this, what is value of a? 2x. What is the value of b? Minus y. What is the value of c? Z. So now I'll be using this identity a plus b plus c whole square, which is equals to first term square, then second term square, plus third term square, plus 2 multiplied by first term into second term, plus 2 multiplied by second term into third term, plus 2 multiplied by third term into first term. That's it. Okay. Same identity, wherever you have sign, negative sign, you just write it in the form plus minus. Why? Because plus into minus is again minus. Okay, let's do it. So that is equals to, now first term is 2x whole square plus second term whole square. What is second term? Second term is minus of y. What is my second term? Second term is minus y. This is second term, right? So minus y whole square plus third term square, so z square, plus 2 multiplied by first term means 2x, multiplied by second term means minus y, plus 2 multiplied by second term, so minus y, multiplied by third term means z, plus 2 multiplied by third term is z, and first term is 2x. So that is equals to, now 2x whole square, 2 square is 4, so 4x square, plus, now minus y whole square, be careful, minus then whole square. So minus into minus is plus. So minus y into minus y is plus y square. So plus y square, you have to be very careful, okay? Plus z square as it is. Now here plus into minus is again minus. Plus into minus is minus. So we have minus 2 into 2, 4xy. Here also plus multiplied by minus, that is equals to minus. Minus 2yz, then 2 2s are 4. So plus 4xz. That is your answer. Okay. So next comes a very, very tough questions, which it is very tough for many students to do. Till you, if they have this doubt every time in this question, right? Now, how many terms are here in this question? Count the number of terms. What do you mean by term? Whenever plus or negative sign comes. Plus sign, negative sign, plus sign, negative sign. Whenever plus or minus sign comes, new terms start. So how many terms are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. There are 6 terms in this, right? So now, is there any identity which has 6 terms? Yes. Which identity? A plus B plus C whole square, that is equals to A square plus B square plus C square plus 2AB plus 2BC plus 2C. This has how many terms? This has 6 terms. Okay. So now we have to convert this expression in this form, right? So first thing what you want is A square. How to convert this in the form of A square? So let us say A square is equals to 2x square. This is what you want. If I compare both of them, then A square is equals to 2x square, B square is equals to y square, C square is equals to 8z square. Right? So let us say A square is 2x square. Then A is equals to square root of 2x square. Right? That means that is equals to square root of 2 into x. So what is the value of A over here? A is equals to square root of 2 into x. Now let us see what is B. B is y square, that is clear. So this is y square. B is y. Now C square is equals to 8z square. So C is equals to square root of 8z square. That means C is equals to square root of 8 multiplied by z. Now let's do prime factorization of 8. It will go on table of 2, then 4, then 2 and again 2. So that is equals to square root of 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 into z. Now we form pairs. This has pairs, so it will come out. So that becomes 2 square root of 2 into z. So that means C is equals to 2 square root of 2 into z. Right? So now let's do this question. So we have to write it in which form? A square plus B square plus C square plus 2AB plus 2BC plus 2C. So first term is A square. What is A? Root 2x whole square. Plus B square means y square. Plus C square. What is C? 2 root 2z whole square. Plus 2AB. So plus 2AB. This is 2AB. So 2 multiplied by A square root of 2 into x into B. Plus 2b into c. So 2 multiplied by b is y. What is the value of c? C is 2 square root of 2 into z. Plus 2c into a. What is c? 2 square root of 2 into z into a. What is a? 2 square root of 2 into x. Okay. So this is it. Right? So I have tried to write it in this form a square plus b square plus c square. plus let us see 2ab we are able to make. Yes. How? 2 root 2 xy. So 2 root 2 xy we have. This is 2 multiplied by 2, 4. 4 root 2 yz. We have 4 root 2 yz also. And then 2 multiplied by 2, 4. Root 2 into root 2 is 2. So we have 4 2s are 8. 8xz. That also we have. Right? See, so we have converted this in form of a square plus b square plus c square plus 2ab plus 2bc plus 2c. Right? But there is one problem. What is the problem? This expression has negative sign as well. Here we have negative sign. Here we have negative sign. But the expression we have formed that does not have negative sign. So we have to put negative sign. So how will we do that? Now just check where we have negative sign. First is over here. Second is over here. Right? And what is common in these terms? What is common? X is common. That means which term is common? First term is common. Which term has X? First term has X. So what is common? X is common. So wherever there is first term, put negative sign. First term, what is first term? Square root 2x. Put negative sign. So first term is here, put negative sign. First term is here, put negative sign. Where is there as is first term here? Right? So now you see minus square, this becomes plus. This is correct. And here we have plus minus minus. So this term has negative sign. Here also plus minus becomes minus. So this term has negative sign. So you have to check what? Common term. Okay. So what is the answer? That is equals to a plus b plus c whole square. That is your answer. Okay. Now next identity. Try this question at least 3-4 times. Then you will be able to understand this question. Okay. This is really a tough question. Now next question, a minus b whole square. So here also what some students do, a minus b whole square is equals to a square minus b square. It is wrong. Completely wrong in fact. Okay. So what is a minus b whole square? See beta, here I have a square of side a. This is also a. Right. And from this square, I need a minus b whole square. I need this. Right. Now how to get this a minus b whole square? A minus b whole square is equals to, first from this full a square minus, I have to subtract certain things. What all I have to subtract? This, I need this a minus b whole square. So from this full a square, right, I have to subtract this. So a square minus ab, and this also. And this is also, this is b and this is a. So minus ab. Right? Then I am able to get this a minus b whole square. Right? But there is one problem. Why? Because when I subtracted this and this term, this came twice. This square came twice. Which square? This square. This square came twice when I subtracted this and this. This square came twice. So to balance this, I have to put plus b square. So that means a minus b whole square. How to obtain a minus b whole square? That this a minus b whole square, that is equals to full a square minus of this ab and ab. So minus 2 times ab plus this b square. This which has come twice. So one time I will write plus b square. Okay. What is a minus b whole square? A minus b whole square is equals to a square minus 2ab plus b square. Let's compare it. What is a plus b whole square? That is equals to a square plus 2ab plus b square. Right? What is the difference between these two identities? Minus sign comes. Where? In front of 2ab. Right? So you have to remember this thing. Where does minus sign come? In front of 2ab. And here we have everything positive. Okay? So don't get confused. Let's do one question. X minus 3y whole square. Okay? So what is the identity? A minus b whole square is equals to a square plus b square minus 2ab. So x minus 3y whole square, that is equals to x square plus b square. What is in place of b? 3y whole square minus 2 multiplied by x multiplied by 3y. So that is equals to x square plus 3y whole square. 3 3s are 9. So 9y whole square minus 2 3s are 6. 6xy. In this also, students make one mistake. What is the mistake students make here? So they get confused between this identity and a plus b whole square. What do they do is, they write it like this. X minus 3y whole square is equals to x square plus minus 3y whole square minus of 2 multiplied by a multiplied by b is minus 3y. This is wrong. Right? Why? Because if I compare this identity and this identity, what is the value of a? X. What is the value of b? B is equals to 3y. Right? Do not write b as minus 3y. This is wrong. Okay, what is the value of b? 3y. What is the value of a? X. Understood? Okay, next. So now factorize 4y square minus 4y plus 1. How many terms are here? 3 terms. Identity with 3 terms and minus sign. A minus b whole square. Okay, whenever you are going to factorize, just check number of terms. How many terms? 3 terms. Remember the identity which has 3 terms and negative sign. So a minus b whole square you can use, or you can use splitting. Splitting can be used anywhere. Splitting of middle term, that can be used anywhere, but here we will be using a minus b whole square. Okay. So that is equals to a square minus 2ab plus b square. So first term 4y square minus 4y plus 1. First term is square of something, yes. 2 square is 4, so that is 2y whole square. Last term is 1 square. In center I want 2ab. So minus 2 into 2y into 1. Right? So now I have formed this equation in this form. So that is equals to a minus b whole square. So that is 2y minus 1 whole square. Okay. So that was about a minus b whole square. Now next identity, that is x square minus y square, that is equals to x minus y into x plus y. Right? So this is very simple to understand. When I multiply x minus y into x plus 1. So that is equals to x into x is x square. X into y is plus xy. Now minus y into x is minus yx. Minus y into y is minus of y square. So xy minus yx is 0. So what I get? X square minus y square. That means x minus y into x plus y is x square minus y square. Okay. Now if I need to understand, so this is a square, this is side A, this is also side A. So what is the area of the square? Area is equals to a square. Right? Now from this full a square, this full square, area is a square. If I subtract b square, if I subtract this, full was a square. Now if I subtract b square, a square, I have subtracted this b square. What I get? One rectangle and second rectangle. First rectangle a, this is a minus b of area a into a minus b. Then second rectangle of area b into a minus b. Right? So that becomes, let's multiply a square minus ab plus ba minus of b square. Now if I cancel this, I get a square minus b square. Okay? This is a very good and very nice identity. Let us check the next question. 3 minus 2x into 3 plus 2x. So easy to solve. Why? This is of the form a minus b into a plus b. That is equals to a square minus b square. In fact, when you will do rationalizing the denominator in class 10, this is the identity which we'll be using. Using this, you will be able to solve all the question of that rationalization. Okay? So a minus b into a plus b. What is a? 3. What is b? 2x. So that is a square minus b square. So that is 3 square minus 2x whole square. Always put this full bracket. Do not write like this. right? Many students in exam, they write like this and get their answer wrong. So, b square, a square minus b square. What is b? 2x. So, 2x whole square. So, now 3 square is 9 minus 2 square. So, 4x square. That is your answer. Okay. Next question. X square minus y square upon 100. Now, I am saying it again and again. Whenever you see one question of factorization, count the number of terms. How many terms you have? 2. Identity which has 2 terms. A square minus b square. So, if you have 2 terms, only this identity is going to work. No other identity is going to work. Okay. When you see 2 terms, then identity you will be using is a square minus b square, which is a minus b into a plus b. So, a square minus b square. What is a? X. What is b? 5 upon 10. Right? So, that becomes a minus b into a plus b. So, x square minus y square upon 100, that is equals to a minus b into a plus b. Simple. Right? Next. So, next is x plus a into x plus b, that is equals to x square plus a plus b into x plus ab. So, this is what we call splitting of middle term. What do we do in splitting of middle term? This is what we do. Suppose you have this question. We have to find two numbers a and b such that a plus b is equals to 5 and a into b is equals to 6. This is what we do in splitting of middle term, remember? Fine. So, whenever you are able to write an expression in this form, x square plus a plus b into x, that is equals to ab. So, that what is the answer? X plus a into x plus b. Right? How to remember it? X plus a into x plus b, that is equals to first x square plus this a plus b into x, then plus a into b. Okay, proof of this is really very simple. You make one side, let us say x is 5 and b is 4. And let's take a is equals to some 6. Right? Draw a rectangle. Fine. Then this will be ax, this will be bx, this will be x square, this will be ab. You can do this activity very easily. In fact, you can do all these activities of these identities really very easy. Right? So, just practice these identities. Draw them on paper and then practice them. Okay? Now, let us do one question based upon this. Question is 3x plus 4 into 3x minus 5. What identity we have? X plus a into x plus b is equals to x square plus a plus b into x plus a into b. Okay. Now see, what is the value of x over here? First term, that is 3x. In place of x, you have 3x. In place of a, you have 4. In place of b, you have minus 5. Okay. So, identity 3x whole square. So, first means 3x square means 3x whole square plus a plus b. A is 4, b is minus 5 multiplied by x. You know, this is the biggest mistake students do here. What mistake? Now, they will write, first I will solve this question. So, what is the, in place of x, what we have? 3x plus a into b. So, 4 into minus 5. So, what I get here? 3x whole square means 9x square. Now, 4 plus minus 5 is minus 1. So, minus 3x. Now, 4 into minus 5 is minus 20. This is the answer. Right? Now, what mistakes do students do? They do a blunder. What blunder? They write it like this. First term square means 3x square plus a plus b. So, a plus b, they write it like this. 4 plus minus 5 into x. Into x, they directly write x over here plus a into b. So, this is a very big mistake students do. This x means the value of x which is given here. X is 3x. So, you have to write 3x. Do not write x over here. This will be wrong. Okay. So, be careful while doing this. Fine. So, all this identity that can be proved on a paper, this identity can be proved on a paper, this identity can be proved on a paper. In fact, this can also be proved on a paper, and this one obviously can be proved on a paper. So, You can do this as your activities also. Okay. Now come next identity which are related to cubes. X plus y whole cube, that is equals to, firstly first term whole cube x cube plus y cube plus 3xy into x plus, right? In fact, there is a more easier form to remember this, that is equals to first term cube, then second term cube plus 3, then x y square plus 3 x square y. This is a more easier way to remember this. Okay. And this method is used whenever we are doing this factorization. Then we use this method. Okay. So remember this second one. What? X cube plus y cube plus 3xy square plus 3x square y. Okay. So this is the identity which is there related to cube. How many terms are here? Here there are 4 terms. Just remember, whenever you have cubes and how many terms? 4 terms. Then this identity will be used. Let us do one question based upon that. Question is 3a plus 4b whole cube. Let us compare it with x plus y whole cube. In place of x, I have 3a. In place of y, I have 4b. So that is equals to, firstly first term whole cube, then second term whole cube, then 3 first term square, second term y. Right? Second term as it is. Plus 3 first term as it is, second term whole square. Now see, there is one important thing about this identity. In fact, about all the identities, that your power does not change. See, here power is 3. What is the power in second term? 3. What is the power over here? Here power is 2 and here power is 1. So 2 plus 1 is 3. Here also power is 1. Here power is 2. So 2 plus 1 is 3. The power always remains same. If you are writing a square plus b square plus 2ab, power is same. Power 2, power 2. Here also 1 plus 1, 2. So power never changes in all the identities. Power is same. Right? So be careful. Okay. And what is the value of c? C we don't have. So x plus y whole cube, that is equals to x cube. Now 3a plus 4b whole cube, that is equals to, firstly first term whole cube plus second term whole cube plus 3 multiplied by first term whole square into second term plus 3 multiplied by second term, that is 3 multiplied by first term into second term whole square. That's it. Okay. So now you have to solve it. How to solve it? Now 3 cube, 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3, that is 27a cube plus 4 cube. So 4 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 4, that is 64b cube plus 3 multiplied by, so 3 square, that is 9a square multiplied by 4b plus 3 multiplied by 3a multiplied by 4b whole square. 4 square is 16. 16b square. So that is equals to 27a cube plus 64b cube plus 27 multiplied by 4. That is equals to 108a square b plus 3 multiplied by 3 is 9. 9 multiplied by 16, that is equals to 144ab square. That is your answer. Okay. Like this, you do a plus b whole cube. Okay. So now we have done one identity, a plus b whole cube. Suppose if question is like this, 5p minus 3b whole cube. Now how will you do this? You only know one identity, a plus b whole cube, that is equals to a cube plus b cube plus 3a square b plus 3ab square. So remember this identity, no need of remembering this. Why? Because this identity is, let us write it in this form, a plus minus b whole cube. Everywhere, whenever you have, you remember identity which has plus sign, then whenever you have a minus b whole cube or a minus b whole square, change this into plus minus. Why? Because plus into minus is again minus. So that is equals to a cube plus b cube. What is b cube means? B cube means minus b whole cube plus 3a square b. plus 3ab square. So that becomes, this is a cube. Now minus cube. So that becomes minus b cube. Here also plus minus is minus. So minus 3a square b plus. Now minus b whole square is plus b square. Plus 3a b square. So this is the identity. Okay. So now how will you solve this? 5p minus 3b whole cube. So first is a cube means 5p whole cube. Then minus b cube means 3b whole cube. Minus 3a square means 5p whole square into b means 3b. Plus 3a means 5p into 3b whole square. So now solve this, you will be getting the value of 5p minus 3b whole cube. Okay. So there is difference in sign. What is the difference? A minus b whole cube, that is equals to a cube minus b cube minus 3a square b plus 3ab square. Now how to remember sign? Just check the power. What you have to check the power. Here power is 3, odd number, so negative sign. Here power is 1, odd number, negative sign. Here power is even, so positive sign. That's it. Power even, sign positive. Power odd, sign negative. That's it. Just remember this thing. Okay, and it is true everywhere. Power odd, sign negative. Power odd, sign negative. Power even, sign positive. Okay, now next. Same. Identity is x cube minus 3x square y plus 3xy square minus y cube. Remember this. Okay. Now next question. Evaluate 999 whole cube. Right. How will you evaluate 999 whole cube? So that can be written as 1000 minus 1 whole cube. Right. And in this 1000 minus 1 whole cube, that is equals to a minus b whole cube. So we will be applying the identity of a minus b whole cube, that is equals to a cube means 1000 cube. So that is 1000 cube minus 1 cube minus 3a square means 1000 square into b plus 3a into b square means 1 square. Okay. So that is equals to 1000 cube means 1000 multiplied by 1000 multiplied by 1000. So 1, 2, 3, again 1, 2, 3, again 1, 2, 3. Minus of 1, minus of 3 multiplied by 1000 square. So 1000 multiplied by again 1000 plus 3000. So that is equals to how many zeros? Cube. So 9 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, again 1, 2, 3, minus of 1, minus of 3, then 6 zeros, plus 3000. Now solve it. What answer you are going to get? 997002999. That's the answer. Next. So next is x plus y whole cube. Now this is one more identity. What is x plus y whole cube? That is equals to x plus y into x square plus y square minus xy, and x cube minus y cube is x minus y into x square plus y square plus x. See here, one tip I would give you to remember this. That sign, how many negative signs are here? In both the identities, one negative sign. How many negative sign? One negative sign. Right? And whenever you have x cube plus y cube, first x plus y comes out, then one negative sign in front of xy. Okay? Whenever you have x cube minus 1 y cube, one negative sign comes, x minus y comes out, then everything else is positive. Right? These are two identities which are very useful when you have questions like this. Suppose you have 9 cube plus 77m whole cube. A cube plus b cube. Questions of this form. Or a cube minus b cube. Right? You have to factorize questions, such questions. Then this identity is used. For example, I have one example. 64n cube minus 343n cube. This is a form a cube minus b cube. That is equals to first a minus b. So one negative sign has come out. Now write all the terms. A square plus B square plus AB. Okay. Now 64m cube. 64 is 4m whole cube. Minus 343, 7 cube. That is 7m n whole cube. So that is equals to 4m minus 7m. Sorry, 4m minus 7n into 4m whole square plus 7n whole square plus 4m multiplied by 7n. So that is equals to 4m minus 7n. Then 4m whole square means 16m square plus 49n square plus 4 sevens are 28mn. That's the answer. Okay. Now next identity, and that is the last identity, and this identity is also very, very useful, right? What is the identity? Whenever you have three variables x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 3xyz, that is equals to x plus y plus z multiplied by x square plus y square plus zy minus xy minus yz minus zx. This is a very important identity. What is our identity? First term cube plus second term cube plus third term cube minus 3 multiplied by first term into second term into third term. That is equals to, firstly, x plus y plus z, sum of all the terms, multiply by first term square, then second term square, then third term square, minus first term into second term, minus second term into third term, minus first term into then third term. This is the identity. Okay, let's do one question to factorize it. What is the question? A cube plus B cube plus C cube minus 3ABC. This is of this form. Why? Because 27 is 3x whole cube plus then B cube means y cube plus z cube minus 3 multiplied by first term is 3x, then y, then z. And this is equals to, firstly, a plus b plus c, then a square plus b square plus c square minus ab minus bc minus ca. So let us write it in this form. So that is equals to, firstly, add three terms, 3x plus y plus z into first term square. So 3x whole square plus second term square plus third term square minus ab. So 3x multiplied by y minus bc. So y into z minus ca. So that means z into 3x. Right? So that is equals to 3x plus y plus z into 3x whole square means 9x squared plus y squared plus z squared minus 3xy minus yz minus 3xz. That is your answer. Okay. So one thing is very famous question is there in this. Suppose you have this question. Minus 12 whole cube plus 5 cube plus 7 cube. What is the answer? Answer is 3 multiplied by minus 12 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 7. How? So this thing is very important. Why? Because what is our identity? X cube plus y cube plus z cube. So this is in the form of x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 3xyz, that is equals to x plus y plus z into x square plus y square plus z square minus xy minus yz minus zx. Right? So now you see here, what is the question? Minus 12 cube plus 5 cube plus 7 cube. Now if I write minus 12 plus 5 plus 7, that means x plus y plus z. What is the answer here? Okay. Now if x plus y plus z becomes 0, so this whole expression, that is equals to 0. So x cube plus y cube plus z cube, that is minus 3xyz, that is equals to 0. 0 into something is again 0. So that means x cube plus y cube plus z cube, that is equals to 3xyz. That is why this minus 12 cube plus 5 cube plus 7 cube, that is equals to 3 multiplied by minus 12 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 7. 3xyz. That's it about algebraic identities. So after listening to this video, you will be able to do all the questions which are there in last exercise of polynomials. And that exercise needs lots and lots of practice. So there are few tips. First of all, that based upon one identity, you should do at least 5 questions based upon one identity. Okay, and try to visualize those identities using, I have shown you how to visualize the identities. So just visualize, draw them on a paper, then see how a plus b whole square is equals to a square plus b square, then 2ab, right? And all the other identities, try to visualize them, practice a lot, right? If you will practice, this is the most easiest exercise, right? But if you will not, this is the toughest exercise of class 9. Okay, so thank you. Please like, share and subscribe.